we've got the Dolphins burner at wide receiver. There's plenty of momentum for him coming off a 200-yard week. It's the...
Two teams who are fresh off week one victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville. And they'll begin by running the option. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it...
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And all the way home for the Broncos score. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown. So now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is. And his first throw of the game. But I like
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Well, I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Again, they run with Campbell. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play action. Now Jackson. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Jackson. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-0, is it. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
That's right. For those moments to happen, incredible when they do, and you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On first down, it's White. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now White. He finds his man, complete. It's Clayton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A tight one, 8-7 our score after one. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's White. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. And this one is right through. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal, and yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Miami set to take over. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Well, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they...
And oh, it coughed it up!
Wow, that ball is not free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring positions. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Jackson now off the bootleg. Campbell making the catch.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are once again back in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, White. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now White. Out to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. White. The quick slant caught. Touchdown Broncos. T.J. Hockenson. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Right down the middle. That will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Off the play fake, here's Jackson, rolling to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They go play action now, Jackson. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. They'll try and throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On second and very short. White is going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for him, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. White. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
For the defense, they put some into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were 7-point winners a week ago, and they lead by 7 here as well as they start out first and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Rolling to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And coming out now, the Broncos.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. White looks to throw. His throw incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and it's 3rd and short.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Room here to run.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Dolphins have got it.
You remember in preseason when we went to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. They go up the middle with Campbell, and 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. They'll run up the middle with Campbell. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Dolphins. A great play there. 28 yards.
And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Now it's Jackson. It's complete. And he is going to get in. But there is a flag down. Let's sort this out here.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get... Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll give to the big man, Campbell.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards.
And the Dolphins are on their way to a 2-0 start. So, Charles, they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing.
Now White lost the football. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He'll buy some time right. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Now it's Jackson, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. On the return, Carter. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. On the handoff, here's Campbell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He finds his man, complete. It's Clayton. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. White. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
He's got room at the 30, down the left sideline, and he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
A huge play there for Denver, 47 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Back to throw again. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
It's a squibber that gets all the way inside the 10 anyway.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now White lost the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On the move to his left, toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So how about this start to a year? Fantasy owners take note. 2 rushing touchdowns in the opener. 2 more here in week 2.
So a nice pickup by 2 entities. 1, this team for making sure they acquired this guy. And 2, anyone who plays fantasy who has him on their team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. On 1st and 10, White. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score. Well, 0 showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Alert!
The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive